Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a show that highlights upcoming events happening in the Lynn community. Today we're here to talk about the Free Fun Friday event at the Lynn Museum happening Friday, August 17th from 10 to 2 p.m. And I am joined by Judith Marshall, the education manager over at the Lynn Museum. How are you doing today, Judith?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. In a nutshell, what is the Lynn Museum?
So we are a local history museum. We are right in the heart of downtown Lynn. And we've been around since 1897, so for a little while. And since then, we've collected around 10,000 objects. Yeah, we have a lot. Not all are on display. So part of our role as a museum is to collect these objects and to preserve them and to exhibit some of them. So we have 2 permanent exhibits and then 1 rotating one where we change it about every year or so.
And you just mentioned there were 10,000.
Yeah.
But everybody has a favorite. So out of that 10,000, what is one of your favorites?
Yeah, that's really hard. As you can imagine, we have lots of gems. But the one that I really love right now is actually technically not ours. It's on loan. So it's in our newest exhibit that's about World War I and how did Lynners experience the war, whether they were fighting overseas or whether they were here in Lynn. And so this is the diary of Edmund D. And it talks about his experiences fighting overseas in France. And it's just really interesting to be able to get this inside view about what it was like to be in France. And he talks about fighting in the trenches and almost being bombed, all these narrow misses. And, he also talks about like the beauties of the French countryside and seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time. So I really loved that diary.
And what about like a favorite Lynn-centric artifact? I'm biased because I really love the history of medicine. And so I really love anything to do with Lydia Pinkham. She is one of Lynn's more famous figures. She was a 19th century teacher. She was a Quaker. She was an abolitionist. And yeah, she was a healer. So she made her own medicine, her vegetable compounds. So we have lots of those bottles in the exhibit. And those old bottles are really nice. Like,
yeah.
I've been through a few times, and it's always fascinating to see the craftsmanship of those sort of older bottles and containers. That they're like really intricate, some of them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the labels are just so beautifully designed.
So again, we're here to talk about the Free Fun Friday next Friday on the 17th. So what is Free Fun Friday? I know it's an annual event.
Yeah, so this is a program that's put on by the Highland Street Foundation. They fund it, they promote it, we're able to do it because of them. And a whole bunch of cultural venues across the state participate, and they're able to open their doors for free to the public, which is really wonderful. So this is our 2nd year participating. We're really lucky to do it again. And last year, it was really wonderful. We had lots of activities planned, and we had around 600 people coming to the museum, people from Lynn, but also people from across the state and country and even the world. So we're looking forward to doing it another year.
I actually remember seeing a post last year, like some people from Europe had actually stopped in.
Yeah, someone from Poland, and it was really exciting.
And so that happens every year, and you guys are in a grouping with I think 5 other ones.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's a good way to have some fun during the summer if you have a family and not spend a ton of money. So this event is totally free, and it's going to be activities inside and outside. So you guys have a very nice courtyard at the museum. So what sort of activities are going to be taking place in the courtyard itself?
Yeah, so the courtyard area is going to be pretty busy. We are going to be handing out free Italian ice, which will be great on a hot day. We'll have lots of yard games, including giant bowling. And then we have lots of other people who are helping out with this program. So we have a few local musicians, including Salam. He works over at Lynn Arts, and he plays the oud, which is this lute instrument. And he actually makes his own ouds too, which is really amazing. They're so beautiful. And we'll have a shoemaker, Sarah from Wakefield. She's going to have a shoemaking demonstration right beside the 10-footer,
which is very fitting because that is a structure from the 18th century where shoemakers in the past made their own shoes by hand. This is before machines, before factories. And so she actually makes her shoes exactly like they did 200 years ago.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's really, anytime anybody makes stuff like the old-fashioned way is really impressive.
Right.
So that's a lot of stuff happening outside.
Yeah.
On the inside, obviously, you have all the exhibits. So are there going to be tours? Are there going to be other things for kids to do inside?
Yeah, we'll have all of that. So we'll have 3 guided tours throughout the day so people can talk to our guides about these exhibits. And we'll also have an art activity related to the murals because, of course, you know, the mural festival is going on. So we'll have people create their own mini mural. And this will be kind of a collaborative thing. And we'll put it on inside the museum and outside once they're finished that day.
Is there any activities that you can think of that you haven't mentioned yet that you might want to? Yeah,
we have a lot. So we're also going to have an artist over at Lynn Arts, Judith Frankel. She'll be giving a mural talk. She's going to be talking about Lynn's first murals. I know there's a lot now. This is the one on the side of Lynn Arts. It's a really, really beautiful and intricate mural, and she was one of the artists who helped create that one. So she'll be talking about what goes into making a mural, specifically that one, which has to do with Lynn's past and present.
And that one in particular is pretty incredible. You're right. It's like it was the first mural downtown, and it is jam-packed. I think we had mentioned before, it's kind of like looking at a Where's Waldo, where like the more you look at it, the more you see little details here and there, and it's kind of like just looking at an Easter egg continuously.
Exactly, because it's right downtown, so a lot of people just walk by, and when I first came here, I did too, and until I actually stopped and like spent some time looking at it, I noticed so many things that I never had before. So
and it celebrates a lot of the past and the present too. Like there's the 2 trains, like the old locomotive steam and then the newer MBTA commuter rail too.
Yeah.
And Yeti's fantastic. Had the chance to work with her in the past. She's a fantastic artist.
Definitely.
And very knowledgeable. So we only have a couple of minutes left. Just want to let you talk about some stuff that's happening at the museum in the future.
Yeah, so we have lots going on in the fall. We're going to be doing Trails and Sails again, which is a program with Essex National Heritage. So we'll have lots of events. We'll have tours. We're going to have a conversation with the author Tom Dalton, who wrote a book about Frederick Douglass and his time in Lynn, which is really interesting. And we'll have our 9th annual History in Hops in September. So that's a lot of fun. That's when we invite lots of breweries from all over the area to come in. You can sample their beer and their cider. So that's a great way to spend a night at the museum.
And I've always heard that's a really popular, really jam-packed event.
Yeah.
I myself don't really like beer, so I don't go, but I might go one time to check it out.
Yeah, there's lots of energy, so that it's always fun just to be there, even if you're not a beer drinker.
Again, this is for the Free Fun Friday event happening at the Lynn Museum on Friday, August 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you again for joining me, Judith.
Thank you.
And that's it for this edition of the Lynn Lineup. Thanks for watching.